So as you all might be aware that Jira is basically a project management tool, and it is used by team to basically plan their work, to track their work, to have a reports on basis of their work, right? So it can be used by n number of projects. It can be used by n number of teams. For example, it can be used by software development team, and it can be used by marketing campaign. It can be used for task management, bug tracking, reporting, backlog refinement, backlog tracking. And who uses Jira? So Jira was launched back in 2002, and it was launched by the company by the name of Atlassian, and it was launched as a issue tracking and a project management tool. Its flexibility because it is highly configurable, because you can customize it, like it is highly customizable as well. So there are a number of teams that can basically work on Jira. For example, agile teams, bug tracking team, DevOps, project and product management team. Then we have software development team. So these are the teams that can basically use Jira. And as I mentioned earlier, Jira offers the Scrum and Kanban boards methodology. So you can use the boards within the Jira for your agile teams, and for task management and customized workflow, Jira does provide the features to you to basically customize the workflow as per your requirement. Jira for project management teams, Jira can be adapted to any type of project. So it will basically allow you to create your own templates, or allow you to basically create your own custom workflow. So as I mentioned earlier, it is highly customizable. So you can, if you need a customized status within your workflow, you can do that. If you need a customized field within your project, then you can do that as well. Similarly, Jira for software development purposes. So core developers who need tools for the integration purposes, for CI/CD integration purposes, Jira does have the functionality of the integration. So it does provide the end-to-end integration with other third-party tools such as Bitbucket, or Bitbucket is for Atlassian only, or you can say other third-party tools which requires the CI/CD integration. Basically with Bitbucket, GitHub, then GitLab, and it's also connected with the Confluence and Opsgenie, which is required for the DevOps lifecycle. Jira project is basically a collection of tasks that need to be completed to achieve a certain outcome, right? So Jira for task management, you can manage Jira with certain details such as due date, reminders, subtasks, and you can assign work to anyone within your team. You can track the progress, you can have a customized notification, you can have a visualized status within your board, within your dashboard. Jira can be also used for bug tracking, like software development team do use Jira for bug tracking whenever they have any kind of defect or bug within their application. They do use the Jira defect and bug work item to basically track the progress of their defects. And Jira for test case management. So Atlassian Jira does have a add-on tool by the name of Zephyr, and it does provide you the ability to create the test cases, test plan, and test cycle. And once you have created those test cases, test plans, and test cycle, you can then link those to your Jira stories or Jira epics. And once you are done with those test cases, a traceability report will be generated for you. So Jira does provide you a test case management feature as well. Now, what are basically the key elements of a Jira project? So earlier, the first one would be the smaller pieces of work that you were used to work on. For example, epics, for example, story, then tasks. All of these are the work items now. And people, so whosoever have access of your project within Jira, so those are the people that has access to your project. You can basically invite them to your project, or you can raise a request with us so that we can add them to your particular project. So there is a separate section within Jira's cloud by the name of people, where you can check which particular person has which particular access of your project. And then workflows, as I mentioned earlier, that Jira is highly customizable. So you can have a workflow, you can have a customized workflow within Jira. And workflow is basically a structured process through which your work item flows. For example, if you have story issue type, for example, if you have story work item, so most common workflow is open, then in progress, then on hold, and then resolved, right? But again, if you need customized statuses within your workflow, you can do that within the Jira. So this is how the workflows look like. Now, why Jira? So, for Agile project management team, Jira is specifically for Agile methodologies. It does have the Scrum and Kanban boards within it, and which is now becoming increasingly popular within the software development tool. So, if you are working on a task that on the basis of its priority, right, then you can use the Kanban board. Jira does come with predefined template for the reporting. You guys can use it once you're done with your, suppose if you're working on a scrum board and you're done with your pi, so you can have a predefined reporting that is there in the Jira. And then analytics, we have another tool in Atlassian Jira by the name of Atlassian Analytics, which basically allow you to create a customized dashboard so that you can better track your team's progress. Integration with other tools, as I mentioned earlier, that Jira is widely integrable with other tools, whether they are the tools from Atlassian itself, like there is a marketplace for Atlassian, and you will find n number of tools for different purposes. So that can be also integrated with Jira, as well as third-party application. For example, Asana, for example, GitHub, GitLab. So these can also be integrated with Jira. So Jira is highly integrable. And then collaboration, of course, Jira offers you the collaboration tools such as comment, notification, permission, task, assignment, right? So that you can basically communicate better with your team and the progress. You can basically check the progress within the team. So this is how a workflow looks like: open, then in progress, reopen, then resolve, then close. And you can have a customizable workflow as well. For example, if you need any customized status over here, for example, if you need in development, so we can add an in development status over here, and then we can add a new transition from open to in development so that your issue does have that particular transition. So this is basically a view of workflow that will look like. So reports for the Agile or for the Scrum board is different, and report for the Kanban boards are different. So these are the some types of reports, such as Agile reports, so that you can basically understand what exactly is the velocity. Issue analysis report, as I showcased you earlier, that if you need issue created versus issue resolved report, you have that. If you need a report on the basis of recently created issues, you can have that. And then forecast and management reports, for which you can basically forecast your team's capacity and predict how your team will perform in the future. Now, Jira dashboards are something like we have a Jira dashboards within our instance. So, Jira dashboard is nothing but a collection of gadgets. So, Jira dashboards, there are two types of dashboard. One is the system dashboard. Whenever you log in into Jira, you will first be redirected to the system dashboard, and you will not be able to edit, or you will not be able to, you know, work on that particular dashboard, because that is the system dashboard on only the administrator. By administrator, I mean only the system administrator, that are us, can basically work on that dashboard. But you can have your own personal dashboard within Jira. You can create a dashboard. You can have n number of gadgets. From that gadgets, you can basically extract any kind of data from your project. Once you have a relevant access of Jira, you will get an access of creation a dashboard as well.